Today, Joe Fonzie looks at another senior named Smith, whose academic pursuit will likely surprise you.
You don't often find a guard who doubles as a bard.
Darker and darker becomes the dawn. The passing days denote age. I've seen the downtrodden masses begging for life.
Cal's Tony Smith, though, fills both those roles. Why does a man who tries to pound opposing linemen also try to pound out poetry?
It's really self-expression, something that I do, not really for anyone else. It's just something that I do because it makes me feel better, makes me feel good.
The old idea of education is what happens in a single classroom. That's not going to see the kind of transformation that we need to see.
Today, Tony serves as the Deputy Superintendent for Instruction, Innovation, and Social Justice at the San Francisco Unified School District. Perhaps one reason Tony chose this career path was that his own school experiences were not ideal.
I grew up in Northern California, and my parents were teenagers when I was born and ended up moving around quite a bit. I also came to understand what it means to fit in or not, and being new to many different school communities, feeling like I was on the margins quite often.
Despite these social difficulties, learning in school provided for Tony stability in the midst of an unstable family life.
It was a place that was a constant and a place that I had a sense of consistency. It was a great place. School for me was a safe place, and then a place where I began to explore athletics, and obviously it was a place that kind of gave me the springboard into my college and paid for my college.
Just as Tony grew in his academic pursuits, he also excelled in athletics on the high school football team. He was recruited broadly around the nation, but chose to become a Golden Bear.
I played offensive line for all my years at Berkeley. I was starting right guard for 3.5 years, team captain my senior year. Just had an incredible opportunity to play with both incredible football players and really remarkable people.
After Cal, Tony joined the Green Bay Packers as a free agent. Unfortunately, a preseason shoulder collision forced him on to the injured reserve.
I don't think I did a very good job thinking about after college. I just started making assumptions about what would happen, and I wasn't as planful. So yeah, when football ended, it was pretty cataclysmic.
During this uncertain time, Tony's friends and mentors at Cal were able to reach out to him.
You have these moments where people kind of reach out and change your life. And Joe Baker, who was the director of the Athletic Studies Center at the time, said, "Tony, you're a teacher. You have, whenever people were struggling with their classwork as a teammate, you'd reach out. You're a teacher. Well, I don't understand why this isn't so obvious to you."
After earning his master's and PhD from the Graduate School of Education at Berkeley, Tony went on to work with a nonprofit that gave him the opportunity to help turn around an ailing Emory school district from state administration in record time. This led him to become superintendent of schools in Emeryville. Today, Tony's work continues in San Francisco.
People have talked a lot about the desire to create a system that really does care for every single child, has community input, parents and families are part of the life of schools. I think we have to understand that things have to change in order to make that real. So Berkeley really offered me more than I could have known at the time, and is really the foundation that I stand on today. This award is by far the highest honor that I've ever received, and understanding what Mark sacrificed. This is an extraordinary honor, and I feel deeply humbled to be receiving it. And it, in so many ways, I just have to redouble my commitment to make the kind of changes that I believe must be made in service of a more equitable and peaceful world.
Congratulations, Dr. Anthony Smith, this year's recipient of the Mark Bingham Award for Excellence in Achievement by a Young Alumnus.